Good afternoon, everyone. This is Sarita Sani, your economics teacher. So let's start with our e-learning initiative taken by Cambridge International School, the SUA. So we are here to help you out in the comfort of your home. So let me start with today's thing. So as you know, we have finished chapter number 2. I've given worksheet even. You people have solved that worksheet. I hope so. So now for today's topic is money. So under this chapter, we're going to talk about money and credit. Money is the money which we are using for buying anything. So that is what we call it as rupee, currency, coins. So all the things which comes under money, we are going to discuss about that today. So this is your economics class. This is Sarita Sani, grade 10. We are talking about you. So let's begin today's topics which we are going to cover. So the first topic is money as a medium of exchange. Then modern forms of money we're going to discuss today. So next thing is check payments. We will talk about check payments and demand deposits. So in today's lesson, we're going to begin with these all things about money. So the next last we are always doing the questions to be done for today. So we will discuss a few questions. We have to solve these questions at the end of your lesson. So I'll give you those questions. So let's begin with the time period when there was no existence of money. So that term at that time we were using is barter system. So what is barter system? Barter system is simply when we are exchanging goods for goods, that is called barter system. And when we and in this barter system, we were not using any kind of money. So there was no money at the time of barter system. So a system in which one commodity is exchanged with another commodity. So suppose I have rice with me and I wanted to buy wheat. So I need to find out the person who will be ready to buy rice from me, and he is ready to even sell the wheat to me. So this is how barter system was working. Another example I can give you is like somebody was there to sell his horse, and another person is ready. That person wants, in return of that, that person wants, we can say, the sheeps, two sheeps they were asking for. So in this case, what happened? There was a problem. Barter system was into existence, but it was working in the old time. It was working well, but there was some problems. So here is the problem which I am talking about. So the person wanted to sell his horse, but in return of that, he want two sheeps. So, but the sheep owner who wants to take the horse and want to sell his sheeps, he don't want to give two sheeps for one horse. He said there is only exchange of one commodity, so one horse is equal to one sheep. So there was always a problem like this. But the person said, who is owner of horse, he said my horse size is big. So in this case, what happened? There was always a problem occurred, and that problem is called double coincidence of want. Somebody is ready to sell the things, another one is not ready to sell the things which the person who was selling the goods require. So this was the problem. So barter system was the first, came before money, before the existence of money. Now let's move on to the next slide. Barter system, how we can explain. So there were certain positive points of barter system, even some negative points also, that are the advantages and disadvantages. When we talk about the positive things, let's talk about the advantages. So the first thing is easy exchange. Yes, if you are my friend, I need wheat, you need rice, we will exchange it easily. So that was very simple, and it was very instantly we can exchange it. And we can even produce limited production. So we can think and then we can organize our production on the limited basis. This was done with the help of barter system. These are the positive points. These are the advantages. We can say the merits of barter system. Next are the negative points. So what are the negative points? I've already discussed double coincidence of wants. Sometimes I might be growing something that my friend require. So in this case, I might be ready to sell the product which he require, but the thing he wanted to sell that might not be required by me. So in this case, the problem of double coincidence of wants occur. So double coincidence of wants, I will just give you in next few slides. I'll give you a detail about that. Next is difficulty in storing value. Yes, it was also the problem when we are keeping something in the stores and we wanted to sell it in the future. It was difficulty in storing their value, so we are not able to sure about the value of the goods which are already kept with us. So that was also the problem where we have to think about creating money. Then problem of measurement of value. Yes, again the size of horse is bigger than the sheep, so there was also the problem. Measurement is always the problem with the size even. Now next, we let's move after what barter system. What is next we are having? So that is double coincidence of wants, as I told you earlier also. So what is that? Let me talk about this. In exchange of goods, both parties have to agree to sell and buy each other commodities. In barter system, double coincidence of wants is an essential feature. Yes, so whenever you are thinking to do barter exchange or barter exchange and barter system both are similar words. Now when we wanted to do barter system, then we always require double coincidence of wants. And when we talk about double coincidence of wants, so in this case we need two parties and both the parties need to agree for buying and selling of each other's commodities. So this is the basic problem of double coincidence of wants that occur in the barter system. So this was an essential feature, but there was always a problem. So this problem was solved with the help of money. Now, double coincidence of wants. Now, what are the things? I have already done with you. Barter system or barter requires that two parties have something to trade. What is trade? Buying and selling of goods and services. So here they are talking about something that we need to buy or sell. So each party wants what the other person is offering. So if I wanted to sell my pen and another person wanted to buy marker, so I wanted to sell my pen and the other person wanted to sell his marker. Now, in this case, if I want marker, so I'll buy that marker, and that person who wanted to buy pen, he can take pen from me. So this is how your barter system will complete in the transaction with the help of barter system. So double coincidence of want was there. Now, and that each feels the values of what traded goods are services are equal. So in this case, they said marker and the value of your pen is similar. So if that is equal, we don't have any kind of doubt in that. So mainly the thing is we are not having any issue regarding size or the value of goods. So in this case, it can be easily done with the help of barter system. Now the next thing is a medium of exchange. So barter system was always having the problem of double coincidence of what. So we need something which which can be the medium to solve this problem of double coincidence. So medium of exchange solves this problem since the purchase and sale are separated with each transaction by conducted using money. So money is the main medium of exchange which is used after money came into existence after the barter system, so that there will not be any kind of problem related to double coincidence of wants. So there might not be any problem related to the size, measurement or storing value of the goods. Now let's move on to the next thing, that is why transactions are made in money. So you people always make transactions in money. So whatever you wanted to buy, if you want to buy any of the like car, we can say the Mercedes Benz or Mercedes, any of the model. So for buying that model of Mercedes car, you need to give them money. So that why we have to make these transactions in money. So the reason behind this is a person holding money can easily exchange it for any commodity, or service that he or she might want. So whatever the things we want, we can buy with the help of money. So that is why all the transactions which we are doing in the money form. So fine. So thus everyone prefers to receive payments in money and then exchange the money for things they want. So everybody, if I'm there, I'm getting the salary in the money terms. So I am using my money for buying all things because this is the main, we can say we always receive payments in money and then exchange the money for things which we want uh, in money only. So this is all because transactions are only and only made with money in the exact value. Next, that is money as a medium of exchange. A seller will accept, why we call it as money as medium of exchange. The thing is, everybody accepts money. Fine. A seller will accept it in exchange of a good or service. If we wanted to have a like connection of this internet services, so we need to pay it in the money form. So if we wanted to buy any of the biscuits packet or any of the candies or the toffees which we wanted to eat, that will be all paid in the terms of money. So money is good medium of exchange. Another thing is most people are paid for their work with the money. Yes, I've given you example like I'm getting my salary in the money terms only. So everybody is getting payments in the form of money. Next thing is without money, people would have to barter exchange of goods, services for other goods and services. So this is what again the problem is double coincidence of want. If money is not there, we need to again indulge into the double coincidence of wants. So let's move on to the next slide. So in the next slide, we are talking. So now we are talking about modern forms of money. So I'll start with the evolution of money. So we will have that point in the left side of your book on the page number 40. There is the evolution. There are the stages of evolution of money they have mentioned. So it is not clear here. On the left hand side, there is a like picture of a different rock kind of coins that was made. So it was early punch marked coins, maybe 2500 years old. So our money was first introduced 2500 years old, and that was punch marked coins. So that was the first form of money which you can see. Then afterwards, Gupta coins, Gupta Empire, they made some coins in the form of in the form of coins with the help of metals. So next is Tughlaq coins, Tughlaq dynasty. Also again they have their own coins. Then afterwards in the gold, in the case of Akbar's reign, moher, gold moher was introduced, and that was also the form of money. Then nowadays we have two types of modern currency. So that is coins and your currency. So and we have the currency. So it these all things are issued by RBI. Now who is RBI? RBI is the Central Bank of India. It is the only bank in India. We can call it as Apex Bank. So it is the only bank in India which is providing us the feature of issuing money. So all the money in the current in the country that will be issued by RBI. Fine. Next thing. Now, when we talk about these traditional money types, so let's begin with this. So if we talk about first in the beginning, so Indian people were using grains, cattle as money. You know the time of Rajas. So people, I've listened from my parents, like girls were getting married when wives of those rajas were being married. They were all provided with Heere Jwaharat, Ghoda, Gai. So all these things, Hathi, so all were given in the form of money to the people as a dowry. So these were the things. Grains also, they were getting the crops from different areas, and they were using these as their money. So after this stage, the coins that I told you, Akbar, gold मोहर, so मोहरें होती थी, तो silver, चांदी की मोहरें, सोने की मोहरें, so all these were made, and until last century they were using in all these as money. So now let's move on to the modern money. So modern forms of money includes paper note, your currency notes, and the coins. So these are the two basic forms of money. So if we talk about the coins, coins can be made with the help of copper, silver, gold. So these are all types of money. So unlike grain and cattle, they are neither of everyday use. We are not using these for everyday. But modern currency is without any use of its own. Yes, modern currency is not using any kind of modern currency is not having their own use like other cattle and grains were having. Now, next thing is, why is it accepted as a medium of exchange? Now, why we accept a currency as a medium of exchange? It is accepted as a medium of exchange because the currency is authorized by the government of the country. So every country has a government, and that government authorizes the currency of the particular country. Like in our Indian government, all the currency is issued by central government, and on the behalf of central government, RBI issues currency notes. So this will be all authorized by the government only. As per there is no law, no other as per Indian law, no other individual or organization is allowed to issue currency notes. So except RBI, no one is having authority to issue currency notes. Next thing which we are talking about is the law legalizes the law legalizes the use of rupee as a medium of payment that cannot be refused in in settling transactions in India. No individual in India can legally refuse a payment made in rupees. So if you are giving payment in rupees, nobody can deny to take your payment in money. They cannot ask you to pay it in dollars. So this is all that will be legalized by the Indian government, and we can take even action against them legally if they are just violating this law. So the rupee is widely accepted as a medium of exchange. So in India, if foreigners even coming to India, they need to pay or make all payments in the rupee only. They are not supposed to pay it in dollars or any other currency. So that is why money exchange, money transfers are always there on the airport when you're going or coming to any country. Next thing is deposits with the bank. So let's talk about the deposit. So before deposits, let's talk about modern forms of money. So we have discussed earlier even modern forms of money is currency, paper notes, coins. So modern currency is in we have already discussed. So let me talk next thing, that is deposits with money. Yes, when we talk about the deposits, what is exactly with this? So if I'm getting salary and if I have something that is extra, or we can say the extra money with me, so what I will do with that money? I will definitely deposit with money. If I keep that money in home, so there will be something in my mind always that issues related to the security of money, and sometimes theft might be happen. So these kind of things will come in my mind. But with the help of banks, what we can do, we can deposit money with bank, and if we are depositing money with bank, we are always getting the benefits, advantages of depositing money with the bank. The first advantage is, if we deposit money with the bank, so our money is going to be secure with the bank, so we are not having any tension in the mind whether our money is going to be taken by can be um, can be taken by thieves, or we forget we kept money on one place and then afterwards we forget about that. So these things cannot happen. Even if we deposit money with the bank, we are getting interest on that. So already we deposited money with the bank, and when we have to uh, deposit money, we will even get interest on the money which we have deposited. So what is that? That is again the benefit of the bank. So how we can start, how we can deposit money with the bank? So simply what you need to do it, there is a procedure. So what we do, we deposit money with the bank by opening account on our name. Fine. So we have to mention our name, then whatever the documents they are asking for, your personal ID, your details about income, and your deposits which you are making with them. So that all you need to mention with the bank. Fine. So next thing is what bank will do. Bank always accept your deposits, and from the date you deposited money, they will pay you interest. Fine. So that is also possible. With this, let me continue with one more thing. So our money becomes safe with the bank. We are getting interest on that. That was the benefit we were getting. Next thing is, next more benefit. Whenever we require money, so we can withdraw money at whatever the demand we have. So the this term is in banking we call it as demand deposits. So demand deposits in the bank accounts can be withdrawn on demand. These deposits are called demand deposits. So whenever we have a need for for any kind of like money, then we always go to ATM and draw money, withdraw money. So what is that? That is called demand deposits. So whenever you require money, you will just take out the money from bank. So that is called demand deposits. Now the next thing that we have to talk about with bank is demand deposit is kind of very interesting facility, because sometimes if you're not having time, even somebody on your behalf can also go uh, and withdraw money. So this can be also done. Next thing is essential feature. This is the essential feature of money, even because we have to make all payments in the money form. So next thing is, you might have heard about the payments that was made in the check. So what are checks? Instead of making, we are paying something in the cash, because it is very difficult to carry cash. Again, the problem of theft. Again, if we forget somewhere, or sometimes it was lost by us. Fine. In that case, payment through check is very safe. So what is a check? Check is a paper. It is a kind of paper. Instruct the bank to pay a specific amount. Now on that paper, I will show you a specimen for this. So let's move on to the specimen, and I will give you a definition with this. Fine. So check. This is a specimen of check. So what is that? Check is a paper. This is a paper instructing the bank to pay a specific amount from the person's account to the person in whose name the check has been issued. So who's the person to we have to pay the money? So the person to whom we have to pay money is Prem Kumar, and who has to pay from whose account? M Salim. So M Salim is the person who has to pay 57,000 to the Prem Kumar. So this is how the check is used for making payment. So you people have got account pay. That means if M Salim is going to give this check to the person Prem Kumar, then that person has to deposit this check in his account. So account pay means he has to deposit the check, and then the money that will be all transferred to his account only. He will not be getting into the form of cash. So this is the account pay check which we have seen here. So branch code is always mentioned. Fine. Account number is always mentioned. Then the important thing is you need to mention the date, and your check is valid till 3 months of your date of deposit. So your payment can be made within the 3 days, and up maximum up to within 3 months the payment can be made. check number is always mentioned on in the last bottom of the check. Then is coding used by the bank. So bank is using coding for this even. Next thing. So there are basically four types of accounts which we generally talk about. So the first type of account is saving deposit account. Generally what we do, uh, zero rupee account which we are opening nowadays, that is a kind of saving deposit account, so that people will encourage the habit of saving from their wages or salaries. So this is the first point. But the interest rate which we are getting is in the April 2020, government has declined, and it was near about 5% that was mentioned by the government. And now the next is the type of account is fixed deposit. This is, we call it as term deposit. Saving deposit account is again the demand deposit. Whenever you have a requirement, you can withdraw money. Fine, but again the number of transactions you can number of times you can withdraw money is fixed. For other banks, that was 3 times you can withdraw for any other bank, but number of withdrawals will be many times if you're withdrawing from the same bank's ATM. So this is the important thing. Next thing is fixed deposit account. Fixed deposit account is a term deposit. That means when your term of depositing money is finished, then you are able to take your money. So the interest rate in this is highest. As per the new rules, I am not having the exact value. What is the percentage of interest that is given on fixed deposit? So because it is changing every year, after every 6 months, government is revising these things. So these are changing. So I'll update you in the upcoming classes. Next is current deposit account. Third is current deposit account. Mainly this is meant for businessmen people. So businessmen, if they are good in their transactions, if they are honest with the bank, sometimes they are also getting they are getting the facility of overdraft. So what is overdraft? Suppose you have 40,000 in your account and your payments are due for your clients, and you need to pay 60,000 to your client. So that if you're withdrawing money from the from your current deposit account, then in this case 60,000 will be coming out, and that 20,000 which we are using is can be created as loan from the bank, and that is what overdraft is. The 20,000 amount is overdraft. So that amount is utilized for utilized by the businessman at the time of need, and when they are getting the money back, they need to pay first overdraft amount, and then again their account is uh, there for the use. Next thing is here, they can withdraw any n number of times from this account, but here they are not getting any kind of interest, right? So there is no rate of interest valid for this account. Next, the last, multi-option account. Sometimes people wanted to open an account that is multi-option account. In this account there is a condition. So the condition can be we can condition can be like, if you're depositing, there will be there will be amount that will be deposited, that will be mentioned by the bank, that if this much amount is collected in your account, then you can convert into maybe the fixed deposit account. Suppose you opened multi-option account, and that previously you were not having that much amount in your account, but suppose bank has mentioned, if you got 1 lakh in your account, then it can be converted into fixed deposit, FD deposit. Then the interest rate which we were getting in the saving deposit account, it will be higher, as it will be converted into the fixed deposit account. So this can be possible with the help of multi-option account. This is this is the modern concept of opening account. So yes, in the end, the last task is questions to do for today. The first question we have covered in the first slide, that was barter system. So barter system is the system when we exchange goods for goods without the use of money. Next thing is the problem of double coincidence award. Double coincidence award was when two parties are agreed to buy each other's commodity without the use of money. That will be the double coincidence award. Why it is a problem? Because most of the time people were not agreed to buy each other's commodity. So you have to define the problem of double coincidence awards. Next is how money act as a medium of exchange. This we have discussed. Money is the mostly accepted for buying any of goods and services. Next, and it is store of value. It is even help to measure the products in a proper way. So it can be why money we are using it as medium of exchange. So it solves the problem of even double coincidence of want. Next is demand deposits. Demand deposits, whenever you want to withdraw money from the bank, when you have need for money, so it is called as demand deposits. When you take out money from your deposited money from the bank, that is called demand deposits. Next is check. We have already learned about specimen, and specimen is the like example of check I have given you in the picture, second picture, when we were discussing about check and demand deposits. So what is a check? Check is a paper instructing the bank to pay specific amount from the person's account to the person in whose name the check has been issued. So check has been issued on the name of the person. So I've discussed with you how. So you have to talk about that. Then what are the different types of accounts? You have to discuss 4 types of accounts. So that is all for today. So let's move on to your chapter. So yes, thank you so much. God bless you all. Have good time at your home. Enjoy learning at your comfort at home. So I hope you are enjoying. And if you have any kind of query, you can discuss with me at any point of time. So thank you so much. God bless you. Stay happy, stay healthy, enjoy learning at home. So Cambridge International School, the SUA is always there to help you.